Welcome back to Nikki's Scrapbooking Adventures. Today we're playing with day 8 of the 30 Days of Sketches. And this sketch is by Scrapbook's ECT. Now, the main part that I'm looking at is all of these squares. And it looks like these are supposed to actually be pictures. Well, I don't typically do multi-photo layouts. It's really hard for me. I feel like one photo plus my journaling captures the story. And so I am actually bringing in a tool that's kind of old school, and it's a square punch. Okay, and then I have some photos of my son's first time seeing deer, which I think are super cute. Now I chose this because multiple photos, right? Well, I counted this up. I think there's supposed to be 9 or 10 photos in this sketch, and I just can't make that happen. That's just not going to happen. But I think I can get 5 or 6. I'm not exactly sure. So let's figure out how we can do this. According to this punch, it's 3 inches. I don't think so. So I figured out that I can slip the photo in here and then try to get it to the side. Let's do, nope. See what's going to happen here. I can't do this and this one because then I'll miss the head on that. So this deer is going to get cut out. But I can try to go to the corner as far as possible because I want to get this guy or girl. I don't really know. But I think that's pretty cute. Okay, so I can get 2 photos out of this for this sketch. And what's nice about using a punch like this is that you know everything is going to be the exact same size. Okay, and I want that white tail for sure. Let's do that. Sweet. 2 photos down out of 1 photo. Isn't that pretty cool? See, that's why I don't think this is 3 inches. If it was 3 inches, then this 4x6 would be covered, but whatever. Okay, so now I think, well, I really want this deer right here. I don't really care about this other one. So we're going to get this guy or girl. I can't tell. I don't really need that one in there. So that one. Okay. And let's see, can I do it? It's really close. And that one. Yay! Okay. So, I've got 4 photos out of 2 photos so far. Then, I want this one with that one looking with it. So, there's 1. And 2. Okay, look at that. Now, here's the tricky part. So you can see the deer in the background here and my son's head. Well, I can get, oh, I can get it. I can get that right there. See, you can see 2 deer in the very distance and my son's head in the same photo. Now, can I get anything else? I think I can. Look at that. I got 8 photos out of that. That's really close to my goal. Now, that is nifty. Let's take a look here. I've got this really cool deer punch that I've really wanted to use for a long time. It'd be kind of neat to punch this out of grass or something to get some of that texture. Let's see. The problem is the ears. Oh, whoop, 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 whoop. Let's see. Oh, look at how cool that is. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do another one just to do it. Let's see. I wonder what that's going to look like. That looks kind of cool. I like this one better. That's pretty sweet though, too. If you don't have this punch and you're a hunter, you need to get this punch. This is sweet. That's not gonna work. Okay, I think that's gonna be it for the photos that the punches out of that. But look at how cool that is. That might end up making it on my page. We'll see. I mean, it can just add as an embellishment. So this is the collection I'm planning on using. I don't know if you've seen this one before. I love it. It does have a semi-gloss. I got it from Scrapbook.com. But the paper quality is fantastic. You can see I've already cut out some of the embellishments. And what's great is that you get 2 embellishments because it's just right in along as a pattern, which I really like. I appreciate that. So I've got some extras here. That doesn't look like from the collection. Let's flip through this pretty quick. So I picked this because 1, it's outdoor. 2, Green Bay Packer colors, and we're in Wisconsin when those photos are taken. So definitely mood and feel. Now look at the back here. So you get a border strip. You get all of these as well. No deer, but I have a deer punch, so that's not bad. That's pretty cool too. Got some moons. This reminds me of Heidi Swapp Wolf Pack. That's what this reminds me of. This whole collection kind of reminds me of that. I love this. This is like one of my favorites. Oh, isn't that just beautiful? And then you do get a whole sheet that you could fussy cut out too, in addition to the 2 other pages. Okay. And then this guy, and this one again, and that one again. And then here is what the whole fussy cut. So you get 2 of these papers with this background. And then you get another one of these. Now I've used this, and this is actually one of my favorite pages that I've used. Or made. I bought this paper pack specifically for this paper and this paper. But you know, I'll use it. Whatever. Not a big deal. I don't think this fits the mood and feel of what I'm going for on here, right? I'm really thinking I should maybe use my punch and punch out some of the icons. We'll see. I've also got some birds here, all sorts of things. Like, I love those animals. Like, that would be fun to put on a page. Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Just to cut a little bit out here and there. I think that's cute. Okay. So, I'm going to set this up and we will come back and we'll talk about what I did and embellished together. I know what you're thinking. Nikki, you can't use this beautiful paper with such a massive grid on it. It's going to cover up the cool scenery. Not if you do it right. I am really excited to show you guys this. So, I ended up with a 4x4 grid, sorta. So let me show you kind of what my thought process was here. These are the photos that I have. And if you notice, I don't quite have enough to make a 4x4 grid. And we'll talk about this photo in just a second. I just don't have quite enough. So, okay, I can make a 3x3 grid. Well, that covers up the beautiful scenery. Okay, well, I can shift this down and put my title right here. And guess what my title is? Oh, dear! Oh, dear! Oh my goodness, a play on words. Okay. Now, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this is actually an off-white, kind of a speckled white, and not a true white. A true white would really have taken away from my layout, because the background's not really a true white. It's an off-white, it's kind of gray. I don't know if you can tell here the difference. Now, I did die cut these, and you can tell because I added black behind it. When I tried this in individual color, you couldn't tell what the words said. The off-white gray was a little bit easier to read than just the black, but when I added the black shadow, it really makes my page stick out. This looks awesome, right? I love this. I really, really do. Now, I want to get at least 3 clusters on here plus journaling. Well, I need those 4 extra spots that I'm missing. So this is what I'm going to do. Before I do that, though, let's talk about photos for a second. When I originally placed this paper, these photos on here, they kind of blended in. They didn't pop whatsoever on my page. See, it looks okay, right? Well, when I add my matte in this light gray, what happens is it really pops off the page because the background and the matte are contrasting color. That's key. Well, how did I get the equal margins all the way around? This is the tool for you if you struggle to get even margins on your photo mats, or you're like, I don't really like cutting 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 first and then putting my 4 by 6 photo on there and trying to line up and make sure it's not all crooked and all that kind of stuff. Oh my goodness. I hate that. I hate it. I hate it. So these We Are layer guides are the tool for you, plus a mat. Now I'm using a glass mat. You can use a normal cutting mat. It does not matter, as long as you use a mat and not cut into your work surface. Am I right? So this is how it works. And I'm telling you, this is, I took this to a crop. I can't live without it. That's how desperate I am. And I love this tool. So I'm going to add some adhesive to the edges. And I'm going to plop it right down. Now I could plop it in the middle and it doesn't even matter, but to try to save some paper, I'm going to try to give myself a little bit of a border, probably an 1/8 of an inch all the way around, or on these 2 sides, just to save a little bit of paper. Okay, this does use a little bit more paper than, say, you purposely doing a 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And that's okay. I've got plenty of paper, I can do it. So what happens is that there's a lip here that you're going to catch your photo on. So in this case, I'm going to go to the 1/16 inch lip. So this lip right here. And I'm going to catch my photo on it, kind of like I'm catching my X-Acto knife on it. And it's not going to move because I've got that lip. And then I take my X-Acto knife and just run it straight across. Just like if you're a sewer, just like you would do with your rotary blade, except for you go the opposite way. I always pull towards me. I guess you could try pulling the other way, but that sounds like an awful idea. Okay, and you just go all the way around, making sure to catch the lip on your photo. So because I used a paper punch to punch out my photos, I know all of my photos are the exact same size. Found out it's 2 inches, not 3 like my punch said, so I modified it. It says 2 inches now, so it's right. Not 3. That's ridiculous. And then I used my We Are layer guides to create the perfect border around my images. So I know for a fact that every single image is the exact same size. That makes your grid super easy. Just saying. Okay, so back to our layout. You gotta have photos stand out. And that's what we're doing here. Okay, placing them kind of randomly down. We'll talk about photo placement in just a moment. So I've got my 3x3 grid here with an extra layer for my title. And my title is going to go in the middle there, right across the mountain range. So you can still see the mountain range behind it. This is still a beautiful piece of paper. You can still see the mountain range behind it. And that's part of the reason why I stuck my title here instead of up here. Because what happens is that then I cover up the mountain range, and I just don't really want to do that. I like having my title over the mountain range so you can still see it. Okay, let's go back. We need 3 embellishment clusters to make a visual triangle and a journaling block. Okay, so I'm going to expand my grid to be 4 by 4, plus my title is going to stay right there. So what I've done is I've used my paper punch on that gray speckled cardstock and then matted it with my We Are layer guide. So this is the exact same size as my photos. Okay. So according to my sketch, I need a journaling block there. So I'm just going to shift this, try to get these in here a little bit tighter. And then I'll get a title here, or a cluster there. Okay. And then instead of doing the cluster right here, I'm going to do the cluster all the way over here. Just to widen my triangle just a little itty bitty bit. So my triangle is going to go right there. Now I can do whatever I want, right? I could even bring this over here and do that like that. And of course these are going to be centered. They're not adhered right now, so centering is not really a thing, and that is crooked. But look at that, look at how cute that is. Okay. So, oh dear! Okay. I'm gonna stick with the sketch, kinda. Okay, so now I've got my embellishment cluster parts there. I've got my title. Now, if you notice, title is supposed to go here. Obviously, my title is too big, and it eliminates a place that I need to put stuff. And I want to actually see that mountain range because it's beautiful. I love this paper, really, really do. So let's talk about what I'm going to do for my 3 clusters. So my first cluster is going to land right down here. And I'm going to use that punch out piece that we did from the photo, which is pretty cool because I don't know when else I'm going to use it. I might as well, right? And this is talking about deer. I'm purposely having the deer point towards my son's head as my son's head is kind of pointing that way. And then I'm going to use some cutouts from the paper pad to add this. Kind of make it look like a wreath or a decorative item that you would hang on your wall, you know. So there's my first cluster. Because this is a grid, I can do whatever I want, right? There, that makes me more balanced, right? Instead of doing a diagonal line, now I'm going boom, boom, boom. Okay, so next one here, I'm going to use, again, this is all from that Mountain Trek by Paper Rose. I'll make sure to link that up below so you can get your hands on it too, because it's a fantastic collection for outdoor stuff. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, cute little bunny is looking that way towards the deer. Okay, we're gonna put this guy here, this guy here. Oh no, now we've got 2 looking that way. Okay, okay, okay. We'll go that way and this way. There we go. Okay, so in rearranging my photos, this is what I was trying to do. I'm trying to get it so that things are towards the center, right? So this guy is looking towards the center of the layout. This guy is looking at you. This guy's looking towards the layout. He's looking at you. So, and then my bunny is looking towards the middle of the layout as well. Looking towards the middle of the layout. Just so it keeps things in instead of focusing out. Okay, final cluster is going to be right up here. And I've got this cute little moose. It's going to say into the wild. Moose, deer. There's a difference, but they both have antlers. So he's going to make it on my page. I mean, I got a rabbit. Who cares, right? Last thing I'm going to use is actually the branding strip from one of the bottom of the pages. It looks like this doesn't have a name to it. Oh, it was the trees with a white background. And it just has a couple sayings on it. So we're going to use some of those sayings. One of them is going to land right here, and it says, such an awesome experience. Because it was. I mean, my son got to see deer for the first time. Now to bring the blue up into this corner. Amazing views. And the final piece that I learned from making some cards is to layer this like a band behind my centerpiece. And that brings the blue forward and adds a little decorative element to that square that it did not have before. So that is my layout, inspired by Scrapbook's ECT for Christy's Beautiful, 30 Days of Sketches by Christy's Beautiful Life. My journaling will go back in this box right here. Not sure what color yet. We'll see. Maybe black. That's to kind of stay with the theme of black and that gray. I hope you liked this video. Please check out the playlist below, and it will have everybody who is participating in it. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.